We can start off. I got an idea.
Where?
Recording right now.
Yeah,
You just did it. You
I
just
told you
flipped the switch.
I told you I'm about to hit record. We have some lead time that I just edit out like we always do. I said it and I reached over here and did it over here on purpose so you can see me reach over and do it.
That ain't the point.
You ain't hear nothing I said, huh?
That ain't the point.
I'm leaving this in.
Well, now. Well, now, yeah. Hey, look. Hello, good people, man. This is we're back. Respect My Gamer, the podcast. I am a host, Elements MC. Got my good friend over here, Canis 007.
What up, people?
You know, and next to him we got Comedic 7.
It's cracking, everybody.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
A lot of sevens on this side.
Right. A lot of 7. Got God on our side. Yeah, man. You know, man, and just to be, real quick about it. I say my friends on my side because we lost a good friend. Recently. The legendary Biz Marquis passed away at the young age of was he 57?
50.
Yeah, 57.
57.
Yeah. Man, he don't know. I don't remember exactly what complications he had, but man, he was I know he was struggling with his health for a while, and yeah, man. So rest in peace to Biz Marquis. Man, like what's your favorite Biz Marquis joint, man? I think we all agree, like, Just a Friend is just like
it's classic,
man.
Classic.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna even go into like full detail, but just that hook alone is like, you got what I need, and you say he's just a friend, and he meant that. We felt that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That was the original. That guy that your girlfriend tell you not to worry about.
Man. Right.
Yo.
He just a friend. Yeah, all right, bitch.
Right.
You'll find out.
Man. Shout out to him, to his family and his friends, man. Everybody that's been affected by it. Yeah, rest in peace to Biz Marquis, bro.
Real.
Yeah, that was some crazy news when I saw that.
Yeah.
Could not deal.
Yeah, man. Other than that, man, let's get into some hopefully good news. What's been happening this week in gaming? If you didn't know, there was an unopened copy of Mario 64 that was sold. It's from 1996 and it sells for 1.56 million or 1.65 million, either one. It's still over $1 million.
It was a lot of money. That's the takeaway.
Yeah. So it was
a whole lot of monies.
It was
a lot of pennies.
Yeah. We don't know who purchased the game. But Super Mario 64 was the best-selling game on the Nintendo 64 and the first to feature the Mario character in 3D. So it was sold at an auction house.
Solid game too.
Yeah. In Dallas.
Like tossing Bowser.
Right. Now the thing is, a couple days before, a different game was sold at about 870,000, and that's The Legend of Zelda, unopened copy of Legend of Zelda, was sold at 870,000.
Yeah.
So let me ask y'all. The question is it worth it?
Is it you mean to us personally?
Yeah, like is it worth it to?
Let me tell you something.
To have that.
I'm gonna preface it just like this. When I do have that type of money to waste, I still ain't gonna waste it on that.
Right.
Like, when I do have that type of money to waste, I'm still not gonna waste it.
Okay.
To me, it's like you paying. I've never been a pay for something to be in my collection person.
Okay.
So it's odd to me. Hey, more power to whoever sold that, because that was get the bag,
man.
Get that bag, bro. But whoever bought that, I'm like, you have extravagant taste. That's not really extravagant taste.
Basically, he said it's stupid.
That's what I say.
Yeah, it's dumb to me. It's dumb to me, but hey, that's his decision. But he's stupid though.
It was like get that bread, but yeah.
Like when y'all brought up the topic, I had to be like, "Wait a minute, what'd you say?" And shut up. I started to tell y'all, "Shut up! Don't talk to me no more."
Well, here's the thing. Like, okay, the way I looked at it is, okay, if you have an unopened copy of a game and you have it in your possession, then was that your intention from the jump? You know what I'm saying? Like how much forward thinking, like foreshadowed are you gonna say, hey, if I did hold on to this might be worth some money later on down the line, because people do that with like trading cards.
See, I can see it with a trading card.
Cars.
I feel like this was somebody who happened to find an unopened copy of it later in life and bought it. Like, this might be worth some money. This wasn't like a kid who bought that. Like, I'm just never gonna open it.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest. Since around about that time, about 64 time and stuff, gaming got popular enough where people started holding on to stuff and everything. And I don't like them people. Y'all the reason why PS5s is like $1,200 when they supposed to be like $500.
Well,
and then we'll see.
No, that's I understand, but I don't think that's kind of the same thing. I think people, okay, like PS5 comes out, they know how bad somebody wants it. They understand the demand for it from the jump, and they're gonna say, "Let me take advantage of this." You know what I'm saying? So right. So like the PS5, if the console comes out, and they know, oh, this you want this, huh? Okay, I bet. How bad do you want it?
Yeah,
I'm gonna sell it for like $1,200 when it's really only worth $500 right now.
Yeah, to me, that was more like people doing a bulk buy because they knew they could take it off the market and drive up the price.
Right.
Yeah, and they do this with games, like individuals too. People been doing that longer than the systems. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's the same exact thing.
And I can
people just see it more now because systems are so much more expensive, except for the 3DO. But it's easier to see now that like adults play these games and stuff too. So we know when our pockets get taxed. As a kid, we didn't care.
Right.
Yeah, like,
you know what I'm saying?
How much is the game?
Been going on.
I just want it.
Yeah, I think it's been going on, but I think in this scenario, if you're trying to compare it to a console, I think it's more so of it's the market of it. Like if you're taking an unopened, like an unopened copy of something, right? You pretty much knowing that this game is not really in demand, or something's not really in demand. You can tell, like, you know what, like if it's like a classic car, right? A '64 Chevy, mint green, it's not going to be in demand by the mass, the mass of people. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be in demand. Not everybody is going after that. Everybody's going out for the new 2022 Kia Sorento or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, to the point where they have commercials about it. They all new 2022 Ford. Right. So it's like it's in demand. So you can go and get a truck at that market price, and you can't come back and say, I'm gonna sell it for more, because as soon as it come off the lot, that shit depreciates like a motherfucker.
Right.
But if you take an unopened copy of a game,
that value just
you thinking to yourself, at least I would think to myself, you know what? I'm gonna hold on to this.
Run up a check.
Because nobody's gonna be looking for this, like for real.
And that's what I'm talking about. That mind to make the bread.
That's genius.
Is what I'm talking about. Is both.
I think that's genius, and I kind of think that could be genius. It depends on the person that bought it,
bruh,
what their intention is.
Make that bag. I'm like it's genius. Like
if they bought it for the intent to like resell, like,
okay, you mean the person who
bought it?
Sell it?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were talking about that idiot that bought it from them.
No. I'm saying like the person that bought that at that price.
Yeah,
that could be a genius move too, where it's like, I guess what, 20 years down the line, this shit might be worth $5 million.
But the crazy part about that, I feel like that's where it's going to backfire, because it was so publicized that he spent this much for it. Somebody else is going to look at that like, enjoy that for the rest of your life. That's going to be your collection.
I don't know, because the art, that's the art world. The art world's like that.
The cover.
You know what I'm saying? See, like with the art world, that's one copy of something. I can go to People Play Games and get a Mario 64.
Right. Well, like I say, if you're that type of person to say, hey, somebody's going to buy this for $5 million in 25 years, then it's a genius purchase.
Look, when I saw that,
It's all about the intent.
this definitely brought up this, man, if I had a time machine, I would go back and talk to little Irv and say, hey, games your parents about to get you, don't open none of that.
Right.
Just look at them. Don't open none of it. Saran,
Well, if I
seal
had
it
a-
up. Don't open none of that because you about to run up a check
If I had
in 20 years.
Man, if I had an unopened,
Man.
like you can open up a damn museum. You know what I'm saying? I have an unopened
I want to open up
Sega Dreamcast.
I'm gonna sell the museum.
and it still works. We only play it once a year.
An unopened Dreamcast still might not work.
No, because it worked when you bought it.
We don't know that. It might that might
Look,
self-destruct in the
look,
box
look,
if it's sitting there too
look,
long.
My cast
Yeah,
lasted.
I'm saying, but I'm saying though, just think about it. It might work though, if you don't open, if you don't
But
start it.
that was the zombie system. That thing would die and come back to life every so often.
Well, my cast worked though.
You had
I was
the
so
only one.
angry. I was so hurt.
You
by
had the
that.
only one. I'm trying to play Power Stone. All of a sudden, just you know what? I'm done. I ain't playing this no more. What?
still hurt.
You belong to me. You are a game.
hey, maybe the person that bought Mario 64, maybe the copy didn't work, and they say, you know what? I'm gonna buy another one. And I'm not gonna open
Mm,
Hey.
it. I say I'm not gonna open it, and guess what? I'm gonna get back what I deserve.
I'm gonna get vengeance on somebody. Somebody's pocket's gonna pay one day.
Hey.
Right.
If that sounds like the intent to sell, I ain't got no problem with it.
Look, I just want to meet the
The
person. who bought it.
purchaser, I still look at them funny.
I don't.
That's a
I
lot.
don't know.
That's a
I
lot.
mean, obviously, yeah, you do. I mean, we look at it as like, man, look, we ain't finna waste no money like that. You know what I'm saying? Because
That's what I can do with that much money.
exactly. We look at it from that standpoint, but at the same time, motherfucking Bezos just went to space on a big
Let's
ass.
not talk about him. My employer. Let's not talk about him.
Oh man,
Piss
we
me off.
who
We ain't
what
talking about
we
Dr.
talking about your
Easy.
employer? You ain't gonna even talk about what you do,
Because he pissed me off.
man. Whatever.
He went up
Why?
there. He want to go up there in the air. He went up in space and he want to say thank you to all the Amazon employees for sending you in space in this,
Damn
in this
right.
penis shaped ship.
Yeah.
And all the employees look like fuck you, buddy.
Hey, but guess what? You're an
That's not
employee.
bad.
You could have gave that money to us.
You know what? But why?
He was straight up.
Why would he get that to you?
Because he. Well, I say he could have. I know he won't.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the mentality of
He has
But
made
that
it
you
was
known.
coulda
He's
did
Bezos
this.
money though.
He's made it known
Huh?
that he won't.
Like that was Bezos money though.
I don't care about
you're
that.
but you're proving the point of
I don't care who
it's somebody else's money
Penis
that
shaped.
we feel like they could have did this with that, but guess what? It's their money.
This man went into space and basically showed everybody his dick because it was shaped like a penis. He was like, "Look how big my penis is." That's what he just
Hey,
did.
he
That
pulled
was a
he
flex.
pulled what's dude name in Austin Powers
Like,
movie?
I've been saying that was
Yeah.
Dr. Evil.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He did the same shit. So, but guess what? It's his right to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, I mean, that's all I'm saying. If you got the money to do it, you can do whatever with your money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I might not necessarily be like, yeah, okay, but at the same time, like shit, that could be a genius move.
Like that's my thing is I'm in this little weird middle zone.
Yeah,
where-
yeah.
It's stupid. If it worked, yo, that's
You know what?
I'm not.
I was
knocking
wrong.
you. I'm not knocking you. I'm
Right.
not knocking you. You know what I'm saying? It still sounds stupid. A lot of the Wright brothers.
Right.
I'm gonna get some metal
Mm-hmm.
tied to some sticks and jump.
And fly. Yeah.
It sounds stupid.
It sounds stupid until it ain't.
worked.
Right. Until it ain't.
Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's I'm not in that where I'm just gonna fixate even after it's proven that it worked or whatever. That it's it's still stupid. It's just
Well,
whatever.
some people feel, but
You know
some
what I'm
people
saying?
feel like that though. Some people feel like that they're entitled to somebody else's decision to do something.
Man,
what I'm saying?
no.
And
How
we
would
are-
you feel if other people was entitled to your like?
exactly,
saying?
exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to just really think about like sometimes you got to hey, that's why I'm looking at it like what, hey, somebody spent over $1 million of an unopened copy of something. And I'm looking at it from an artistic standpoint, like man, especially like with NFTs right now going crazy. Like if somebody wants to spend a whole lot of money over this, hey, you you must be trying to making an investment. You know what I'm saying? I hope you wouldn't be. Well, first of all, if you're in the basement with over $1 million in your pocket and say, I'm just gonna buy an unopened copy of Mario 64, then that's a whole
And then I'm gonna stare at it.
right. That's a whole different thing. But if you gonna say I'm finna buy this shit and I'm gonna flip it in 20 years, I'm gonna do something with it, then it ain't stupid no more.
I mean, I can definitely see it with a Mario property. Like, you know what? Eventually, this is not going to be available because of the platform that's on, and I'm going to make this money because somebody stupid's going to buy it.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Like that's why I say just get your bag, whatever. But it sounds stupid
I want to meet Buddy. I'm gonna tell
because
him
it's that both sides. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Yep.
I want to
That's
meet
it.
him and tell him that I got the original dagger from the Golden Child and see if you want to buy it.
He might buy it. But do you have it though?
And he gonna have to say, "I want the knife." So
You got to do the whole thing.
I want the
please.
knife, please.
I need the
this.
whole thing.
gotta have it. I might have it. I might not.
And
We
guess
don't know
what?
yet.
But guess what? Get that knife. Look up the knife right now, and not right now, but like just look it up and
I
see.
might have it.
And I buy it.
No, I'm saying I have it. I might have it already
Okay,
to sell. I'm
Sell
not
it.
buying it.
sell it. Sell it for that amount. Say, hey,
I want to talk to the person that's paid for Mario. That's why I want to talk to him because he's apparently got extendable income.
he's in an undisclosed location at the moment.
Ain't undisclosed. He's probably in Dubai.
Well, speaking of stupid,
Boy,
Out
yeah,
of that.
we came. Well, let me rephrase. No, let me rephrase it. Should I rephrase it or just call it as it is?
call it what it is.
Okay, stupid. We came across a YouTube channel that had a list of basically the top 10 times video games realistic, like it was too realistic.
Or,
Yeah.
as I like to call it, the top 10 reasons why people are stupid.
Okay. I'm not going to disclose the channel.
Well, we can
Right.
respectfully disagree.
Right. We're going to respectfully disagree with this list. So we're not going to disclose what the channel is. You know what I'm saying? But, we're going to point out the list that they came up with
Right.
and we're going to deal with it. All right. Now,
People ready?
yes.
Let's go.
All right. Number 10. In a game called The Darkness, you can watch an entire movie
Mhm.
in the game.
Now, I need you all to pay attention to what he just said.
The wording is
You-
very important.
You can. Not you have to. You can. This is a choice that you can make or
Your
not make.
choice.
Right.
You can.
You can.
Not you have to.
Not that you have to.
But people are upset about this.
Right. It's To Kill a Mockingbird.
All right.
It's on some Netflix and chill shit.
I wouldn't have watched that either.
Yeah. I'm not gonna watch. I mean, I watch it on my own, but I'm not gonna sit in the game and watch it. But
Right.
the
I
main
had to watch
character,
it already.
the main characters and some other characters, they're basically on the couch in an apartment building, and they actually interact with each other throughout the whole movie. Like if you sit there long enough to watch this movie in the game, they interact with each other. They have a conversation, right?
And see, and that's what my crazy sets in. I definitely would sit there and watch the whole thing just to see how the two characters are interacting.
Yeah.
I would watch the whole movie for that.
Yeah, maybe not the whole movie, maybe the first 30 minutes. I'm not
I
gonna
told
watch.
you that's when my crazy kick in.
Right.
You're not alone there. I would have honestly knowing that they interact at some point, like after I beat the game and saw everything, I might have went back and did it.
Now, the key word, like you said earlier, is you can.
Man.
You don't have to watch the entire movie in the game. It's not required to beat the game at all.
Right.
So when he said that's one of the things that's too realistic, what's wrong with that?
You chose that.
You're choosing to sit down. If you choose to sit down and watch To Kill a Mockingbird while you're playing The Darkness, something's
It's your,
off
it's your
with
own, it's your own fault. You made this choice.
entirely.
You can stand up and walk away.
Right.
Literally.
At
Right.
any moment.
Yeah,
In the game and in real life. You
Yeah.
can stand up and walk away.
right. Yeah, so that was number 10.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, and it gets better though.
Does it?
Next one. In The Witcher 3,
Oh,
dynamic beard growing. So the main character, Gerald, he basically throughout the game, you can get his haircut different ways. You can go to the, get his beard, whatever. He said it's too real that I'm sorry, he or she says it is too real that the character's beard grows over time.
Because that's the main problem of a game.
So here's the thing:
facial hair.
So do you have a problem with your own beard if you have one growing from time to time? And then when you do have a problem with this, don't you cut it? In a game where the mission is to slay monsters, you're worried about his facial hair.
Yeah, his facial hair.
Does this hinder you from slaying the monsters? I don't think so.
Hey,
what's the camera position of the character in The Witcher?
It's from behind him.
From behind,
yeah. See his face when you play the game.
You can only see it when you go.
This is my point. You chose to swing around the camera and have
look
a
at
problem
his
with
face.
it.
Not even that. At certain cutscenes, you can see his face up front.
Which you can skip.
But here's the thing: the sun comes up, the sun goes down. You don't have a problem with that,
At all.
Oh,
this realistic lighting.
Yeah. Why is this happening?
Her rumph.
Like, come on.
This is one of the moments I was like, shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up.
So I was like, why do we have problems with these things? This is where technology is.
That's why I have a problem with people with this idea of realism.
It gets
because it gets stupid.
Yeah, it gets stupid. But guess what?
Worried about realism in a world where a man that's basically albino
it's all
walks around
anyway.
slaying fictional monsters.
It gets better. Not done.
The man is magic.
It gets better. The Last of Us.
Oh God.
They have a problem with lifelike eyes.
Why are you standing there staring deeply into Ellie's eyes in the first place?
I have a problem with having a problem with the lifelike eyes. Why are you that focused on their eyes in this game?
You sitting there playing the game one day like
you get into a staring contest or something like
that was intense.
No, here's the thing. It's really the thing is the eyes really show they show the expression of the person.
That's
so it's like if I'm if I'm curious about something, if I'm skeptical, what are my eyes gonna look like? They're gonna become small.
Like, right.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm excited about something, your eyes become bigger, right?
Yep.
Now, let me just say, let me just point out,
man,
people watching on YouTube. What do my eyes say right now?
Really?
They say he should shut up.
Really?
What do my
eyes say?
Those aren't your eyes. But look, at this point, he's coming from the perspective of an average gamer. Okay,
gamers ain't looking at these characters' eyes like that.
But no, he's trying to say, does the average gamer care about that? Well, here's my thing:
the average gamer isn't going to notice it. And
why are you caring if the average gamer don't?
If you're playing this game, you're not. Are you an average gamer?
Well, first off, why are you worried about somebody else's game experience?
Next, we have Days Gone, right? The video game Days Gone.
Right.
Refueling your bike.
You know what? I have a problem with that, but not the way that he do.
See, I already know what yours is going to be.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is a post-apocalyptic zombie. I'm talking about. This is basically as close as you get to being Daryl Dixon in The Walking Dead.
Right.
Your bike is your life. First off, the game opens up with your bike being stolen, and you have to build a new bike. He don't care about that. He cares about I have to refuel it. Well, sir, in the real world, you have to refuel it.
You go. Man.
If we're trying to make this realistic of what an apocalypse could be, because it's not even a real thing. you too focused on realism and things that are fictional. There has been no zombie apocalypse. It has not happened. I know a lot of people think that it's gonna happen, but it hasn't. And if it does, I'll say I'm sorry to y'all that believe it. I'm sorry, you were right. Now I'm gonna go get my crossbow and make it happen.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I don't really see the issue with this. I mean,
now Frank's issue was different.
Yeah, what was your issue?
It's much more about the speed when they try to apply this realism to things like this stamina bars, the gas,
like how fast it runs out.
Yeah. It's like in sports games or whatever. These guys spend years and years training for stamina. and it runs out in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, you're not gonna get tired running up and down the court twice.
Right. You know what I'm saying? The gas, it runs out in like 3 minutes or something. Like you're always having to refuel it. The batteries in Alan Wake run out in like a minute. These are new. You crack the pack open and stuff. It's like the time is what I have a problem with when you're trying to be real.
Well, that's the thing. You're trying to be real in an unrealistic
Then let's
situation. But the hard part about that is it's like if you're playing like 2K. For the longest, when I was playing 2K, I haven't played this shit in forever. But for the longest, you will go. It's a website, Operation. Shout out to operationsports.com. I used to go there, right, and look for sliders.
Right.
To kind of make because sometimes the game as is not as realistic as you would expect it to be. Like you have to basically adjust the sliders to because sometimes you need people to get tired quicker because they'll end up never coming out of the game, whatever. And you know what I'm saying. So I understand that aspect of it.
Right.
But I guess in that situation with Days Gone, it's like, well, I can't really I'm sure they might have had a conversation. Well, how long should the fuel last?
But see, I feel like that one I might have understood. That might have been like a miss on their part of let's make it realistic. Of okay, how long does it take a large gas tank on a bike to run out in real life, and then scale it to the game?
Right.
And see stuff like that,
especially when it's post-apocalyptic, so the fuel is going to be sparse, so you're not going to find it that easy. So then it makes sense where if it still has a realistic time frame of I'm running out of gas and now I need to find it.
And I'm
not
sure they
forcing you to run out at a weird place where you have
That's
to
my
find
problem with it.
And but I'm sure they had that conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they just had to make a decision and live with it. You know what I'm saying? So okay. So maybe he has
just
one.
The fact that the gas is you have to refuel, I can't get behind.
Right.
That's dumb to me.
Well, okay, we got one there.
Maybe.
I'll agree with that one.
Okay.
Maybe.
That one.
Right.
I'm saying maybe still.
Right, maybe. Like it ain't even right.
I
like the challenge.
So far,
give me a challenge.
So far, I'll get it. I'll give the list one.
Okay. Next one.
Go one.
All right. Next one. Far Cry 2, malaria pills. So throughout the game, the main character has to, I guess he's contacted, malaria, and he has to take these pills in order to stay alive. I'm not sure how so often it happens, but you got to take the malaria pills. So I don't know if you run out of them and you have to go hurry up and find some. So maybe that's a little annoying, but I mean, I don't know. What y'all think?
Maybe he got to.
Okay.
I'm still not sure on that because
my thing.
Have you contracted malaria?
Yeah.
Well, in the real world, they give you a shot.
Right. So in this gaming world, there's no shots.
So taking pills over and over. So in actuality, this
is fiction anyway.
This part on the list is incorrect because you talking about realism, and that's not a thing that's real.
Right.
So
well, I guess
it shouldn't even be on the list. Actually.
Right. Well,
malaria pill isn't a thing in real life, and you put it on a realism.
But I guess he's trying to say you have to do this thing in order to play the game. That's what makes the real thing is you have to take these pills.
Yeah, but it's not based in realism. That's a fictional thing that you have to do in a fictional game in a fictional world. So this shouldn't be on the list. So you still got one.
Okay.
You still at one, people. Still at one.
Next one. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, weapon durability.
I'll give them 2.
No.
I won't give him that.
You know why I'm not gonna give him that? Because it's a fictional character with mythical beings that are using mystical weapons, and we don't know what the power scaling is. Link could be superhuman. I'm pretty sure he is because he fights monsters with a sword and a shield.
And yet them chickens can give him the biz though.
Because they superhuman chickens also.
But here's the thing. The reason why I'm not gonna give him this one because I played Fallout 4. It's a futuristic dystopian environment. Everything is basically, radioactive and you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like if you come across a shotgun or any type of weapon, I'm sure it's not going to work every single time. Like it's not an infinite weapon.
Yeah.
It's going to break over time.
My only thing with it, why I will give him this, is because it's not that. This is a mythical world. These weapons are magical and gifted to Link by people that live in the water and float around and all of this and stuff. It can't take more than 5 hits.
Hey, they didn't say it was indestructible. They said this will work for now.
Right.
Yeah, but if he's trying to apply, if anyone's trying to do this for the sake of realism, right? What weapon, even if it's not mythical, can only last 5 hits?
Well, see, the reason why I don't want to give the person that compiled this list this one is because you putting realism in a mythical game. Nothing about it's real. He's from Hyrule. Where's Hyrule on the map? Point to it, and I'll give you this. Point to Hyrule. I want you to find it.
Right. That's all I'm saying. Like,
need somebody else who's a child of the forest and tell me.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised none of the things he has listed on here are from sports games.
Where
like you can have an issue there. Like you can say that's not a real tackle.
That's because he doesn't play them.
Okay. We're gonna keep it going.
He plays a whole bunch of mythical creatures, right? And worry about realism,
right?
I'm mad that the magical man has hair on his face,
and that be my problem with realism in these mythical games. Like, why y'all? It's fictional anyway.
The Last of Us is an apocalyptic world. It hasn't happened. It's not real.
hold your
real.
Yeah. Couldn't hold it in.
Sorry.
All right, look, the next one, right? Skyrim. Encumbrance. So for those who are not familiar, encumbrance means when you carry too many items at a certain point, your character won't be able to run, won't be able to attack, right? Like you have to get rid of certain things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That there's a weight limit.
So he want to have a magical murder bag.
But see, here's the thing. I'm gonna kind of give him a point for this because this me being really petty. When you are carrying like 7 swords, right?
Right.
You don't see them on the character at all. There's no bag,
and
there's nothing.
See,
that's why I can't give.
That's why I don't want to give it to him because this is once again another mythical world with a magic bag, and you worried about how much you can carry.
But here's the thing, though:
magic bags.
If one sword weighs like 3, and another sword that might be the same weighs like 7,
you drop the other one and take the better sword.
But sometimes the smaller sword, the sword that weighs more, has less impact.
But you keep the one that's gonna help you on the mission.
I get that, but see, I'm saying I get it.
Like, that's 2 of the same thing, and one of them has a higher weight, but the other one has a better attribute. In any game like that, you always pick the better attribute,
right?
Well, you might not know that.
So, then he needs to work better he needs to work at his craft, play the game better.
All right, I'm just saying that I kind of understand that because at certain points, it's hard to make a decision of what you want to get rid of. Like sometimes, games they might not give you a storage. I was playing this on Borderlands 2 the other day, where it's like you have to spend to get more space in your backpack, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to really decide what I want to pick up, what I want to put down.
Yeah, but
especially if you don't have nowhere to put it down.
But you know what? Since we talking about realism, that happens in the real world too. When you can't decide how to get rid of stuff, what do? You end up getting a storage unit. You pay for more storage.
For those that hoard stuff, it's hard to. I understand the psyche of it.
But if you hoard stuff, you end up on this TV show. It's called Hoarders.
Straight to the point.
Straight to the point.
I still can't give it to him. No,
I'm not giving him nothing because it's another mythical world with a magic bag, and you worried about what can go in the magic bag. Guess what? Okay. Make a decision for your life.
You're trying to place realism on something that's already fake. Can you see the weapons you carrying?
Right. Nope, you can't see them. So, but they're there though.
If the weapons was on that, like strapped to the outside of the bag, on his side, on his belt.
Yeah, well, some games do that.
If you can see him like that, I would give him this. But the fact that it's in a magic bag, shut up.
Right. Shout out to the Division because that's basically like you can have 150 items at your disposal. Right.
Magic bag.
7 like 8 different guns, whatever. So
magic murder bag. Everybody's magic murder bag in their game ain't as good as the other one.
Right.
So play another game or learn how to play the game and shut up.
All right. On to the next. Alone in the Dark. Manual blinking. Kind of goes back to the whole malaria pill thing where it's like sometimes it's like if you're getting attacked or you're in a fight and they throw something in your eye, like you have to manually
vision can get blurred or skewed or whatever.
Right. Okay, I can
But the thing is, in this game, the whole point of the game is that you're alone in the dark, and as we learned from watching a very popular show, um, the dark is scary. It's all full of terrorists.
Right.
So this game, the whole point of the game is to make it more difficult for you to be in the dark dealing with these issues. So manual blinking to me makes sense. Also, this is not a real world. You worried about
Man.
the blink.
Well, speaking of worrying about anything, the next one really gonna get you.
Jesus Christ.
Red Dead Redemption 2. He said balls and chores.
Okay, so let me just preface this. When he says balls, he's literally talking about the horse that you ride and being able to see the balls.
Yeah.
To which I say, why are you looking deep?
Not
into
just
this
see
horse's
him.
balls?
Not just see him. It's he
the movement and everything.
not just the movement, like the mere fact that
They have them.
depending on the climate, the horse's balls get smaller or they shrink.
Hey, man, shrinkage is a real thing.
You know what I'm saying? Shut the fuck.
Cold outside, man. It happens like that. But
Y'all saw Seinfeld?
But here's the problem. Here's the problem with this. Why are you staring intensely into this horse's balls?
Man,
Look, because the horse if you sit there on the top of the horse long enough, you'll notice that the horse takes shit wherever it's standing. You'll see the shit come out.
noticing
And I'm
is
like,
one thing.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
Staring.
Yeah, see,
okay, cool. It's horses handling in this business
but see, I haven't sat there and noticed the balls enough for it to be
at all
an
because
issue on the
the
list.
balls are underneath the horse.
Which means you're
So that means
you're
I have to
sitting here
adjust the
like-
camera
That's my point.
enough
Like,
to look
staring-
underneath the
Right.
horse.
So once again, this person made a choice
Uh-huh.
to choose an angle that was ball level, and you're upset.
Okay.
Pick
chose
another
it.
angle.
Let's move on from the balls a little bit. He's talking about the chores.
Pick another angle.
Like having to go, like if you get into a gunfight and you got to go through people's bodies and searching for loot, or even going to like abandoned houses, in and out of cabinets and searching for loot and food and stuff like that. My thing is, I don't have a problem with that because the thing is, Red Dead Redemption reminds you of how it's not Grand Theft Auto. you can't drive around and get around the map like what I'm saying in like 5 minutes. You have to take your time.
I have an even better point for you. He's worried about scavenging and doing chores and finding stuff, but The Last of Us, when you do all of that, his issue was the eyes.
Yep. Because I was just finna say. I was just finna bring that up.
So you don't care about opening drawers, but I don't want to look into nobody's eyes intensely. Stop looking
Right.
at them.
Right.
You know what? Look, I'm not surprised he might have a problem with that too.
Balls and eyes.
Yeah.
I'm saying, you drove a forklift on Shenmue, and I ain't hear nobody complaining about that. This man had to get a regular job.
Worried about balls and eyes.
Right.
I'm glad you brought that up, Frank. 'Cause that's the number one on this list. Shenmue 2, hiking in real time.
All right, I give him 3. I'm gonna be honest.
You good. You gave him 3. I
gave him 2.
1.5.
Now remember that first one was a maybe. Like that first one is a maybe.
Okay, I give him 2, but go on about the hiking in real time.
1.5.
So it's actually really like a 2-hour hike or something, like in game for real.
Okay.
Damn.
It is a long journey.
Right.
My real problem with it is this whole thing, the whole story arc of Shenmue is a quest for vengeance.
Right.
Dude come through while you in Japan, kill your pops. All the other stuff happened and everything. I ain't YouTube is free. I'm not doing the whole game synopsis, but brings you to 2. You go to China to keep finding them. You deal with this long hike and you still don't get them. So it's 2 hours just wasted.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I
Okay,
give him
2.
that. I give him
I
that.
gave 2.
Yeah, I understand. I'll be pissed off too.
You know what I'm
You know
saying?
what I'm saying?
And you still don't get them in 3, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. What the?
I got to hike for 2 hours. You better let me murder somebody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right.
Right.
Somebody
Make it
got to
worth
pay
Right.
for this walk.
Right. Okay, I get that. So out of this list, out of 10 things that he listed, I'm only going to give him 2.
Yeah, I also say 2.
You got that 2 definite, 1 maybe.
Shenmue and what was the other one? The malaria pills or the refueling your bike.
The refueling of the bike was a maybe because I don't have the same reason.
I'll give him the refueling of the bike refueling of the bike, and hiking in real time.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah,
You got
I
a
can't
20
I can't
you got
rock
a
with.
20 on this test.
That's
Yeah,
F.
you still fail.
That's
Right.
F.
You
You
know what I'm
pointed
saying?
out the wrong things. If anything, point out the fact that if you're like a big in a game playing a game with a big open world and all these different buildings around, you can't go in all the buildings. Make that an issue.
Boom. That's a good one.
You know what I'm saying? Like make that if you made this building,
And that's a good one that's in a lot of games.
Yep.
right. Now I understand that if you're doing it for just the feel of it, I get it. I understand on a totally technical level. Like you can't make everything accessible. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause that means you have to design that. You have to design what's going on inside. Okay, I get that.
A lot of coding hours.
Right. You
If
know what I'm
we
saying?
gonna apply realism, why are we not saying how did nobody send anybody to the police station for Resident Evil? What normal police station need eagle keys and got secret, like,
Yeah. well,
you know, like, look,
yeah. I mean, but the thing is, these
they was
buildings.
already evil, and
There
you
was-
didn't need a zombie invasion to see that. You just had to go report your cat stolen. It
A lot going on.
was like
Yeah.
when you see that police station, something's up.
There's something wrong here.
But you know how people be oblivious.
Why do police stations need carts?
Yeah,
It's the police station though,
wait,
Like, why does it
apparently-
need like trolley, like
Yeah, hand cart. You know,
because it wasn't always a police station.
it just comes to the point of
he focused
when
on
it
the wrong
comes down
stuff.
to it, he's focused on balls and balls and not
Balls and weights.
That's the takeaway here.
The weight of balls. That's what he's focused on.
balls and not balls.
Balls, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
spiritual, like spherical shapes.
He's really
Man.
worried about the eyes. Come on, man.
Look, I was less concerned about the eyes. I'm more worried about why you worried about the balls.
Man.
why are we down at this level? What have we done?
Man. Look. So that's our respectfully disagree moment.
Yeah, I kind of disrespectfully disagree.
But it wasn't. I tried to be respectful, but sometimes like, man, what are you
He
doing?
said
Man?
some stuff
Oh,
though, man. That
sorry.
just
Come on, bro.
I
Like
was like, sorry.
you
that's
could
all right.
you just did this because you just had the time. You have the privilege of time to say, I'm just gonna make a
stare
list.
at horse
They
balls.
want to
Right.
talk about the things that bother me.
Right. Come on, man. Make some real
I
complaints.
want to
Right.
speak on the things that was on my mind today.
Hey,
Balls.
make me mad. Make me rage, man.
I hope whoever's channel this is has a Manscaped ad since they worried about balls.
It would make, it would make sense.
Lawnmower 4.0. Go
Right.
ahead.
They should
talk
run
about
that.
it.
They should run that Dave Chappelle special.
Smooth, smooth as eggs.
Oh God. Terrible.
Oh, shout out to Dave Chappelle.
Right.
Makes me mad, man. Speaking of making me mad, when the last time you rage quit?
2 weeks ago.
Damn.
You asked.
Yeah, rage quit. That's our next topic, man. If anybody is not familiar with it, or who is familiar with it, rage quit is basically when you just fucking fed up
Just had enough.
and you said enough, and you just say and you're playing a game, and you just quit. Now that might encompass throwing things. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, I seen that.
Oh, you seen that?
I seen that.
What happened
Real
with
life. Oh man, my buddy, we was in like 7th grade, 7th, 8th grade.
that? Uh-huh.
And he brought this game over to the crib, Perfect Weapon, PS1 title. I'm not telling y'all to go check it out. It's terrible.
Okay.
Don't check it out. Like watch the video or something on YouTube or something. It was a bad game.
He said, "Don't do it."
Imperfect weapon. Okay.
Right. So he bring that over. I'm like, I bet I'm finna run to the store real quick. It's literally 1 block away around the corner.
All right.
He pressed play, like he power on the system and all of that. I leave. I'm coming back. So it's about 5-10 minutes. I see the game flying out my window.
Damn.
I come up like, game that bad, huh? He couldn't even say nothing. My brother had to explain the whole scenario. Like, he got up, calmly walked over. When he said that, I'm like, wait, what? My buddy he was high, real energetic.
Right.
Like, to show you how energetic he was, he could do the Beavis voice.
Oh yeah, no.
Okay. Okay.
You can't be Billy D. Williams, cool, laid back, and do Beavis. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you gotta amp up a little bit.
Right.
Right.
He could do that. So when he said calmly walked over to the system to cut it off, what do you mean calmly? So this thing took him out of his self. This game was so bad it changed who he was for a moment. It made him just get up like, nope, toss it out.
Like, what happened, bro? You used to be beautiful. You ain't worth the damn no more.
I need to watch that.
Oh man, had that type of moment.
You
You used to be beautiful. Oh shit, damn. Okay. Oh wow. Okay.
But yeah,
Well, I've never had to do that. I have calmly cut off games, though. You know what I'm saying? I remember playing the most recent God of War came out, right? And my rage quit moment happened when I was playing that game because what ultimately happened is in the game you come across these things called Valkyries.
Okay.
And I guess these Valkyries, like there were these protectors of Odin, which is one of the characters you come across in the game. And I guess
The Father.
What's that?
The All-Father.
The All-Father, right. So I guess they didn't agree to do something. And they were basically cursed to human form. But they had to basically like you can only come across them if you have to find them. Like they're side quests really. Like they're a part of the story and you have to like really build yourself up to fight them, but they're not required. Matter of fact, they're suggested that you beat the story first.
Oh,
okay.
Before you fight them.
Come at them full strength. Huh?
Right, because they're that hard. And basically what it is though, they're asking for you to kill them. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna make it easy though, because they want their spirits to be released, basically. So basically it's 9 of them. They're 9 Valkyries, right?
It does look like an imposing figure there.
It does, yeah. Like that's the Queen Valkyrie right there. So before you get to her, you have to fight these other Valkyries, right?
Okay.
And they all have different moves. They all have different styles of fight, and you have to be really careful and observant of how to fight them. You're gonna die a few times. You know what I'm saying? So once you get familiar with them, right? After you kill them, and they have like a hell of a health bar, it's crazy. You basically Kratos, he basically rips off their head, and
that sounds like Kratos.
Yeah, they rips off their head,
right?
And you hold on to the heads, and you end up fighting like 8 of them, and you have to basically, collect their heads. Now the purpose of this is when you get all the heads, you get to the certain point where you basically place their crowns on top of the heads in their seats, in their thrones.
You could just take the crowns.
No.
Okay.
No, it's Kratos.
No, the whole head. To do that right. So after you do all that right, you put you beat all 8 of them right. Then you put their crowns on their thrones. In the middle section of where they are, you'll see this like, what do you call it? Like I'll just say like a portal.
Portal.
So, yeah, it'll open up in the middle, right? And as soon as you step to it, interact with it, Queen Valkyrie jumps out. Wrecking shop. When I tell you this is the most frustrating fight I've ever had in a video game. Because not only did she have the biggest lifeline, like the biggest health bar, she encompassed all of the moves of all the other Valkyries at any given time.
Oh, so this you can't even get an attack pattern now.
No,
switch randomly back and forth.
To something else.
Well, here's the thing. After the 97 time that I fought her, I'm not exaggerating. Like I literally was in that kit like 80 to 90 times of fighting.
Yeah, so that became no, you got to die now.
Right. Like you had to leave out and you had to figure out, man, maybe because this God of War, this is the one where you can actually like get what do you call it, like armor and certain things like that.
Right.
Experience points, and you basically doing that right in this game.
Yeah, he doesn't need that shield.
Yeah, and you have your son helping you out. His son, he's helping you out with the bow and arrow,
sniping.
You know what I'm saying? Doing this thing. But the thing is, you have to have the right armor. You have the right like magic skills. Like in order to beat her, you really have to be
You have to
very
be perfect,
calculated.
huh?
You didn't have to be perfect because you would think that you got her down to the last thing, and she'll pull some new shit out. And you know she got them one hitter quitter jabs.
Oh, okay.
Like you're dead. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
So you got to go in there with the
She punch out Tyson.
yeah, like you basically got to go in there having a what do you call like a revive skill. Like you only get like one at a time. So you got to make sure you have that. Then you got to make sure you have. It's just so many different things that you got to make sure you have, and you're still not going to beat her. Like it's I quit. I was literally like playing the game. Like I would start at 10, and I wouldn't finish until like 1 or 2 in the morning, and I just had to give up.
Like I'm done. I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm tired. I'm done. You know what I'm saying? And I finally got her, and it was such a sigh of relief, man. I mean,
Got your ass now.
oh my god, it was terrible. Like that's basically my ultimate rage quit moment. Like I said, I'll never do that again, which I probably will.
Yeah, we're glad
I ain't
for
gonna lie.
punishment.
I ain't gonna lie. So
Oh,
that's my rage quit. What y'all got something?
oh yeah, I got one.
Okay.
So this game, Metal Gear Solid
Aha.
2.
2. Oh, that's my favorite. One of my favorite game series.
You know, and that's one of the ones that a lot of people hated on because I only want to play Snake.
Well, this is not how this goes.
Even though they complained that they wanted a new playable character.
Yep.
We got right
We're not. No. Yeah.
with a good backstory.
Yeah.
Child soldier, Jack the Ripper went on the murderous raid.
Yeah.
Good backstory.
Yeah. We talked about that.
But
right?
we complained. Yeah, we did.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's another character in there. This is the boss, basically. Goes by Solidus Snake. This is yet another clone of Big Boss because let's keep cloning the best villain ever and thinking it's gonna work out. It worked once. Stop.
Right.
Stop. As you can see from this image, he has an exosuit on. Which has tentacles Doc Ock style to shoot energy from them.
He's Doc Ock with 2 P90s.
With 2 P90s and also 2 katanas.
Right.
And he basically switches back and forth and attacks you with all of this at once. And as Raiden for this fight, because they take away all of your gear except for your sword. That's all you got to fight.
The ultimate weapon.
Pretty much.
Yeah, basically to fight souped up grandpa over there.
Right.
It's like it was one of the most irritating fights off of the fact of you would have him down to next hit should kill him. And he all just instantly would do something insane with his exosuit to hit you and send you across the room. So you have to start all over again. And even once you start to damage him enough, only thing he basically does is shed them 2 tentacles from the suit. But he still has a super suit on.
Yep.
I am fighting a man with a super suit with a sword.
And expected to win.
I won. But I was ready to break everything in my room. After I finished that, I wanted to snap the controller in half. I was so irritated by the end of the fight. It was like, what's the purpose of this? It was just irritating patterns for no reason. Like even when you learn the attack pattern, they would just flip up and he would just do something different to smack you across the room, and you have to make your way back over there with your little sword.
Right.
like okay, you know, I feel like I'm pretty good with a blade in my hand. If they let me play this the way and say if you could play this the way you could play with Raiden in his own game, it would have been spectacular.
Right.
But you did not have those move sets at all in this because the technology didn't exist yet.
Right.
But it did for him apparently, just not me.
Right.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, that was annoying.
Hate that old man.
You got some comedic?
Put him up again.
Oh man, I went through honestly a lot of things that made me mad over the years in games.
Okay.
I thought about that bike level in Battletoads.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? Like fighting Cinder in the arcade on Killer Instinct with the infinite combo, like a bunch of like a lot of stuff. But it wasn't really a game that made me as mad as possible. It was the controller to a game that actually did that.
A whole controller. I mean, I thought they just came, like, I mean, I can understand it, but
And I don't mean like a controller for like the system or nothing. You know what I'm saying? It came with the game. It came for the game. There was this game, Steel Battalion, on the original Xbox.
Good Lord, what is that?
And hey, no, for those who are listening, it's what is that the game too? Like, what is a Steel Battalion?
Oh no, well, still, I remember the game and this insanely irritating controller. Anybody who's watching, you're basically looking at what looks to be a tank cockpit that's been ripped out.
So, like the idea for Steel Battalion,
right?
It's a mech simulator. So, the idea is to what would realistically be if you were to control a robot.
Okay.
Right now, my problem with this though is that controller is so ridiculously complex.
Let me show this to y'all again. This is terrible.
That is horrible.
And like if you on the left hand side, you have to honestly initiate the throttle and things like there on the right side, there's switches and stuff you have to honestly flip up in sequence before you can apply thrust to get off of the ship. So essentially, you can fail your tutorial before making it to your tutorial.
You can fail to launch into the tutorial?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
How many people know how to pilot a tank?
None. Unless you're in the military.
There's a reason you got to go through the military training and stuff, right? So it's not going to be a lot of people. This game is targeted towards teens and stuff.
Okay.
I remember when it came out, and I was like, oh yeah, nothing, because we
came from like Armored Core, another mech sim, which only needed
regular controller
and everything. And from that, it was just fine. But we come here to Steel Battalion, and we got to land planes in Normandy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Wait, pull that image up again. Let me. So, okay, so you. That looks like a lot, man. Like
describe it.
Is that okay? I see.
Let me describe it for the people that might just be listening. You have in front of you, there are 3 compartments of this controller, and then you also have foot pedals that have 3 pedals. So you're controlling this with your feet. You also have on the far left, there are 2. There's a throttle and a joystick, and what looks to be switches. In the middle, it looks like a console that you would need in order to hit all the switches to launch a nuke in real life, because it's multiple buttons and a knob in the middle, like you're trying to tune in a radio station. And then to the far right, you have another joystick what looks to be a weapons control on there, and then also 2 other buttons, and another button looks like you're supposed to break the glass in order to activate. This is one controller for one game.
Oh, not break the glass. Oh,
it looks like you're supposed to break the glass and flip it up and hit a button on
self-destruct mode. Like, okay, here's my thing. Based on what you just described, are you doing this on the floor? Are you playing this game on the floor? Because I don't see how
table. You have to have a table, because
but how? Where the pedals gonna? Where the pedals gonna go?
No, the pedals will stay on the floor. But you need something else propped up.
You need a desk. It looks like how like you basically like on the floor and you stretch your legs out and you're pressing your foot forward like a gas pedal. Like it almost looks like that. Like how am I supposed to do?
So like left and right on that on the pedals,
right?
Are your left and right feet in the mech? The middle was like oh god, I forgot what that was. It was some form of braking.
No, man.
I feel like
I think that was full stop.
That's too much.
I think that might have been full stop.
That's too damn much.
It like completely powers down and you got to do the launch.
Here's the issue.
Look, it was all.
This is not the arcade.
This game came out during the time before all these nice gaming desk and gaming chairs and all that. That was a new thing.
Yeah, we didn't have
We
that.
didn't have that. This
You
was
had your mom's coffee table
right.
or something.
Who like what?
And you got to toss all her Jet magazines or something to the side and have her staring at you mean.
When did this game come out?
02, 03.
02?
Yeah, it came out during the
Early-
You had said Jet magazines. I was curious, like, damn, did it come out in the 90s?
It came out.
It was like
during
early 2000.
Yeah, it came out during the time where we didn't have money to be buying game desks. We were teenagers, or well, we was in our 20s.
We was young adults, but still,
I ain't
Still?
I ain't spending.
we were still in our adolescence.
I'm not buying a.
Right.
I'm not buying a desk just for a game.
For one
back then.
controller.
For a controller.
I don't have that much time.
Like, I have a-
I'm pretty sure I don't have that much time.
Yeah,
Me,
I have a gaming desk now, but it has my whole streaming set up.
right? Because you have
Not
time
one
for it.
controller.
It's an investment. You have time for that.
Right.
I don't have time for that
A controller.
in the year 2000, 2001, 2000. I don't have time for that.
Oh,
Virtual One already existed.
you can play with with a regular controller.
Even the
at
special
home.
controller that came like at the
Was-
arcade
was less
with,
complicated
or with
than
the
that.
right. Armored Core already existed. We got
Regular controller.
everything showed like all of these mech games already showed you only needed
So
the
you,
standard controller, and then this thing come along
so did you play it?
for about like a good 10 minutes, and I was like, you know what?
Enough of this.
I'm
How'd you
done.
get it though?
Oh, I didn't get it. My cousin actually had it.
And he brought it over.
No.
You
We
went
was
over?
at his house. I'm not.
No, you
I'm not
don't
bringing
bring that over. Did you see? Hold on, let me pull the picture up again. Did you see this?
I'm finna explain something to
You
him.
don't
too.
bring
No,
over.
no. You don't see that whole box back there? It says Steel Battalion. You can.
That's not a box. That's a suitcase. Look at
Well,
this.
shit. You might want to say, I'm coming through with
I'm
the
finna
game.
explain something.
No,
to
you set that up in a dedicated spot in your room, and you never move it.
I'm finna
You
tell him
sit
how
there and
much.
play it. That's
Okay.
it.
I'm finna tell him how much you don't move that. Both of y'all knew where I was when I was on 47.
Mhm.
My cousin stayed in Hoffman Estates.
Oh,
Oh
absolutely
no, never
not.
mind. Never
He
mind.
called me to see if I wanted to check out this new mech game.
Oh, this is Mick. All right, cool.
He drove out to grab me, to take me out. He didn't bring it over.
I'll take
Wait. So he wasted his gas and your time.
I'll bring you to the game.
Right.
He wasted his
He'd
gas and
rather
your time.
waste the gas
He's like, sorry, bro.
than load that thing back.
I refuse to unhook it. That's what that was. I refuse to
Man.
unhook it. I'm never
For
gonna-
those that's not aware or whatever, I was Southside Chicago.
Okay,
Hoffman Estates is a north suburb.
It's not close.
it is the north suburb.
It's about a
close.
40
No, it ain't
minute
even a
drive.
north. It's a northwest suburb.
It's like a 45-minute
It's
drive or
45
whatever.
for sure.
yeah,
45.
2003. We are in
no traffic.
We are in the Bush era. Gas is high time, and he rather spend that than dismantle that game and bring it over.
You're like, I'm not taking that apart.
Like,
fuck
just think
that.
about that.
I'm
Hey.
telling you, you set that up in a dedicated location, and you're like,
You might as well
this
just
is
say,
it.
"Hey, you want to come out to the arcade out here?"
Hey, you want to sit in my steel battalion chair?
You know what I'm saying? Hey, they're having a concert by me. You want to go? You know what
I'll
I'm
come
saying?
get you.
Oh God, that was terrible.
Yeah,
That's not.
I've never even heard of the game.
First off-
I'm glad I never heard of it.
See, here's the thing. I had the unfortunate disaster of seeing that horrible controller at his cousin's house. He saw. I said, "What is this monstrosity?"
I'm glad y'all had that experience, not me. It's
Look,
gonna
all
be
I'm saying,
honest.
I ain't tell y'all to sell drugs. Hove did that.
right.
Right.
Hopefully, you
I
ain't have to
promise
go
you.
through that.
I promise you, that looked like it should have come with a special helmet with a display.
Man,
You don't use the screen. Put this head-up display over your face.
Right. Oh, that's terrible. Damn.
like it was a terrible game to market towards teens and stuff. What made me quit was when you think about who's supposed to play it. It's like, why is
Oh.
this difficulty?
Gee, it's just put it on the controller, man.
Right.
I
Well,
don't have enough hands for this. I only have two.
well, that was
Yeah.
Sorry you had to go through that.
Oh, rough.
Sorry you had to go through that.
I was done.
I just got angry for you. I just saw it. I never attempted to play that. I looked at the controller. It was like, nope. I don't have the time to learn this. I don't have the brain cells to learn how to use a controller, not the game, the controller.
See, exactly.
That should be the simplest part of the game, the controls.
What's wrong with forward is forward. Like,
Oh, man.
I don't
And,
know.
you just made me remember. And it was inverted.
yep.
Oh hell no, no, I'm not doing that.
Up was down and down was up. It was inverted.
Now I can't stand doing that. Like
I
off
forgot.
GP, I can't do that.
And you couldn't switch it. You know how most games have that, you can go into the option.
Unless I'm playing like Top Gun. Top Gun, you know, you flying with them. I get that.
You see, I play it with
but
airplane joints.
You can go in and switch it though in those games if you want to.
Right.
There was no option for that in this, which made no sense because it's on the ground. Why are things inverted? The thing didn't fly. It did a boosted jump at most.
That's it.
Hey, somebody wanted you to play that, man. Somebody wanted you to experience that.
Somebody who didn't like his life.
Well,
That was mean. Mickey's mean. Next time you see him, tell him I said, Gotti said you mean.
hey, look, you know, hey, I understand that these game developers they want to challenge us because there's a lot of games, you know, that came out in very early systems like Atari and Nintendo that the games were legit hard. You know what I'm saying? And like they just, you know, you had to really be thoughtful and strategic in how to, you know what I'm saying, defeat somebody.
Yeah.
You know, but there are also other times where it's like, okay, what is your purpose? Like, you just really getting a kick out of me losing, huh?
Let's go back to that controller.
You
What
know
is your purpose?
Right. Like you
Who
know
sent
you
you?
know my purpose. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. Like
This is if the devil made a controller. How can I make your life more horrible? I'm gonna
you know
put
what?
83
I'm
buttons
always-
on the controller.
look, I'm up for a challenge, bro. Like I used to play real quick. I used to play NCAA football before they ended the series and shit.
Right.
Hopefully it come back. But there was one year where if you're playing like franchise mode or dynasty mode, and you basically have to take over a program and you basically try to go like 20, 30 years, whatever, 20, 30 seasons, they actually have it where you have the option, you know, your players will actually do shit throughout the season where it affects their playability. Where it's like if they don't handle their GPA, you know what I'm saying, they can you know, like they'll let you know, they'll send you a notification like, hey, so and so did something where you have to suspend them, and they'll give you a choice. Hey, suspend 1 game, 3 games, or 7 games.
Hey, do you see how we keep accidentally coming up with better things for that list from earlier?
But see, I was cool with that because here's the thing. Here's what happened. Like now the game has commentary, right? Like real quick, the game has commentary, so you'll hear like Lee Corliss and whoever else on the game talking, and it was so effective that if you decided to suspend somebody for the less amount of time that they should have been suspended for, you would end the season and start the next season. They'll take away your TV rights.
Jesus.
Dead ass. Like, look, you would be playing like you know, like big programs like Notre Dame, Alabama, Florida. You know, it was realistic to where on the game it'll tell you like whoever you're playing, it'll show you that if it's a national broadcast, a local broadcast, that shit was cool with me, bro. If you didn't suspend or do something,
Are you paying for the
you will the next game you will be playing the game with silence,
Man.
no commentary. They would strip it away from
Gee,
you.
they take the commentary to us.
The commentary, I'll be sitting there like, damn, you ain't gonna say how good that was, huh? You know what I'm saying? The crowd, like the crowd could disappear. I'd be like, God, like really?
You for real get set down.
Yeah, but
Man.
I liked it. Some people might like, man, I don't want that. I don't want that in my game. You know what I'm saying? That'll make me, you know, quit whatever. But
Hey, you
so
know what,
I
though?
understand it.
You know what though? I
I gave you the realistic college experience.
I didn't
as an
play
athlete.
that.
My point.
I like the idea, and because it's a simple fact, the goal was the realism,
Right.
of the overall game.
Right.
Yes. Not fictional characters with
right.
beards.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it gives you a realistic experience,
Right.
You want to play football? We gonna play
We're
football.
gonna play some football. We
and
gonna
that
make it
sounds
real.
dope to me.
Keep your grades up so you can make on.
Right.
It was like whether or not I'd play it is not. It don't matter. The concept sound dope to me.
Although, you know, the whole your grades not up and you're not gonna be able to play football in college ain't really a real thing.
Yeah. We know that now, but I mean at
we
that
know
time
they don't actually go to class.
exactly. Like, but that's the thing. Like, if you could say, hey,
At least if you in a top program,
right? If you ain't got the 2.0, bro, you can't play. You know what I'm saying? That's real.
Yeah.
I get that. And we'll penalize you for that shit. You know what I'm saying? But they took it away. They took it away. And the game suffered.
Yeah, I like that being a game like that, having that aspect. I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Right.
It made total sense.
Yeah.
So, I think we should leave it at that, man, because I think next episode we gonna flip it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna flip it from having the rage quit moments to them. Wow, that just happened.
Oh yeah, we're gonna take you out to a happy place for
Oh,
once.
yeah.
Yeah. But you gotta wait for that though. You know what I'm saying? But right now, man, look, this is this is what this is. I don't really want to know what else to say, but like
Screw that controller.
I know what it is.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Right.
I gotta do it one more time. It says, look at this. It's horrible.
Oh, that's horrible.
Who did this?
Somebody that had time.
Who okayed it?
Somebody that had time.
This person couldn't have had friends.
They had time.
Probably did it after they made it.
Who needs friends when you got time?
I finally have time now.
Right.
To make the worst controller ever.
You ain't gonna have friends. I got time, bro.
Like that probably was the first time ever in history that a game suffered in sales because the controller was shit.
And well deserved. You deserved it.
Earned that. They earned
They
that.
Well
earned
earned.
the ounce of their failure.
Earned that.
Bravo. You've earned it.
Take your beatings.
You played yourself.
Right. You literally just played.
Congratulations.
You played yourself. Hey man, look, but yeah, we gonna we gonna leave it there, man, for this episode, man. Thanks for y'all for tuning in. Respect my gamer, brother. This is Elements MC with a Z. Got Canis 007, Comedic 7. And once again, follow us at Respect My Gamer, Respect with a K, all one word, Respect My Gamer at Facebook, IG, Twitch, Twitter. Let us know how y'all feel about the show, the episode, man. Just stay tuned, man. We gonna come back next one, and like you said, in our happy place.
Right.
Happy.
Yeah, we're gonna start off on a lighter note, hopefully.
Also, and always remember, you don't have to like it, but you do have to respect it.
Yes, sir. All right, man. Y'all enjoy yourself. We'll see y'all next time.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.